The Joe Rogan Experience is one of the best podcasts to date, and Spotify didn't pay Joe so much money for no reason. The podcast has been amazing for over a decade, uploading over 1,500 episodes to date, and my favorite people who join the show are athletes. Joe has interviewed the likes of Mike Tyson, Arian Foster, David Goggins, and many, many more. Here are 5 athletes I think should make an appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience. I'm Shaney 2K, and let's hop into the video. But before that, I do have some news for you guys. I started my own podcast. Episode 2 dropped today. It's called Benchwarm Banter with my friend Jane. You guys gotta go check it out. Now, let's hop into the video. Number 5, Rob Gronkowski. Rob Gronkowski is a 3-time Super Bowl champion tight end who now plays with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and is also a 1-time 24/7 champion in WWE. Gronk's one of the most entertaining personalities in sports and has always been a joy to listen to on interviews with people and makes anything a fun time that cannot be replicated by any other athlete. A great mind like Joe Rogan discussing everything from his college days in Arizona to his partying lifestyle now, to even the time he dented the Super Bowl trophy, and to when he jumped off the stage to win the 24/7 championship in WWE would be amazing. I wouldn't be shocked if Gronk lit up mid-interview just like Elon Musk did, or potentially shotgunning a beer with Joe, or if he'll talk about how Tom Brady kisses his son. Who knows? A Gronk Joe Rogan Experience episode would be one for the books, and for sure a fan favorite. And potentially, if he wins Super Bowl this year, it could be discussing why he's the greatest tight end of all time. Number 4, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Dwayne is another WWE wrestler coming in on this list, and one of the biggest movie stars and biggest social media influencers on the planet currently. The Rock has done it all in life, playing with the Miami Hurricanes for 4 years in college, winning the World Heavyweight title in WWE 10 times, going on to be one of the biggest movie stars on the planet, coming back to WWE to main event 2 WrestleManias in a row, doing more movies after that, putting the BMF title around Jorge Masvidal's waist, and most recently buying the XFL amidst the pandemic. Joe Rogan talking with the 3rd-generation superstar would be monumental, considering The Rock would be one of the first and for sure most popular wrestler and most popular Samoan on the podcast, and it would have potential to be the biggest athletic guest so far, and I could easily see them going on for 3 to 4 hours, similar to the Post Malone episode that the world loved. Number 3, Charlie Rocket. Now, Charlie Rocket is not a household name by any means, but Charlie's episode on Logan Paul's podcast Impaulsive was absolutely incredible, and if you haven't seen it, I recommend you do so, because in my opinion, it is a life-changing podcast, and I'm not saying that just for the video. If you've never seen the episode, you need to, and the link will be in the description right at the top. And him and Joe would mesh amazingly, and they could talk about the insane life of Charlie Rocket, and it is slightly similar to the insane life story of David Goggins. And this podcast would change so many lives if he had the platform of the Joe Rogan Experience. Number 2, Pat McAfee. The Pat McAfee Show is one of my favorites to watch, where Pat McAfee talks for hours about literally everything sports, and even sometimes not sports, and goes off the script. Pat has most notably punted for the Colts, kicking off a Super Bowl, worked for Barstool Sports, has done some stand-up comedy, hosting his own special, and now is the Pat McAfee Show, and has most recently shown up in WWE. And with his podcasting and his show, he's been drawing comparisons to the modern-day Howard Stern. Pat has a personality like no others in the sport world today, and him and Joe could go back and forth telling stories for hours, and I believe a lot of people would love to watch them talk nonstop about when they were younger, fights they've gotten into in their life, crazy illegal stuff they've done, and even crazier things they've done, potentially getting to the bottom of the Pat Canal story that is allegedly. Number 1, Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq has been the topic of many episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience, with it being about his duo with Kobe Bryant, to his ads, all the way to how he do in the MMA. Shaq has had a crazy career in life outside of the NBA, whether it be all the teams he's played on, completing every color of the rainbow with jerseys, to all the championships he's won. Shaq has won 4 NBA titles, 3 with the late, great Kobe Bryant, and 1 with a young Dwayne Wade, and is one of the biggest household names in sports today. Shaq's tough beginnings in life and now crazy life would make for an incredible episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, and could potentially be the most watched episode of all time, at least athlete-wise. I could also easily see Shaq lighting up with Joe, just like I mentioned before how Elon Musk did, and could also see them making an incredible episode. That's all for the video, guys. If you did enjoy, you can check out all my other socials, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to click subscribe. I started a podcast called Benchmark Banter. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere you listen to podcasts, it is available. And that's all, guys. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, check out my other videos, comment who you think would be a good athlete on the Joe Rogan Experience, and that's all. Everybody stay safe, have a great day. Peace out.